All right, so I did 3. I didn't finish. And some things are duplicated because I'm going through like the portions of what has no music and they're just vocals and some because I'm going a little fast and I'm doing it myself. Is that I get a duplicate where I have to go back and then see that I did put music to it and that kind of a thing. So, let's see. I started Out of Your Memory, but I put Pillars of When, which is a new recording. So I didn't actually need to redo that. I did Class Ring and then Skeletons in My Closet You Don't Mind. And then I think Don't Watch Me Work is on there, except I don't know if I took it off because I I redid it from a live medium with music. Yeah, so I don't know. I think I have to go look at that. And then I have food cards. So food cards, this is a little dirty. So it has like physical dirt and coffee or something on it. And then you can see through the back of it. So but it was rest. Put this behind it with my coffee stains and stuff. And I did this for like a long time to have meetings with like people if we were going to cook together. And this one says Ring of Fire with the enclosed parentheses that you write code in. Uh, Annular eclipse, and it has a little heart glasses with the Pro Museum little emblem thing. Because when we did their opening, I was like, "Do I get a pen?" And they were like, "No, only the architects." And I was so. Anyway, so on here, I have like the meats or not, something with the protein on the left side. And then it normally runs up to like 7 ingredients if I have up to that. And then on the sides, kind of like a notation is the what well normally I don't know if I have it on here. Oh no, yeah, I do. It's like what you're gonna drink and that kind of a thing. So there's food. I have some CRISPR notes for website and research when I was going into CRISPR, which is a gene editing tool. And then I have it says Dallas Love Field. Oh, okay. So that is where I recorded the song, but I have to go back and sing what the lyrics were, and I actually don't know if I published those because it was something the way you gave me, and then I think when two just needs physical music to it. Remember Our Soldiers, I think was written the same way, which I have to check if I put lyrics publicly. Flying to Forget, Christ was dead, but now he's risen. Kind of the same type of life format or not. I think I already said Don't Watch Me Work. Wobensa, I don't know that didn't do it because I, again, am going over whether or not it was published with or without, and then just notating where it was, if it was, and what live format. And then Sandcastles, which says stuff about Crimson Accord, which is like a coloring thing. And when I make fun of A&M people in the South that are not with the Crimson Accord, which is basically Harvard, they're the same colors. I like to call them Maroon 5 because some of my friends from back in the day, like Patrick McDermott, he loved the Maroon 5 people. So I don't know why I do that, but I think it's funny to nickname someone Maroon 5 when they're from A&M. And I have family members that went to A&M, so there you are, A&M. Um, so I put my links, and I'm doing my links. I think I brought enough to go through. right here, what have I notes? But I didn't do in live to listen to, but I did bring the audio. So let me see if I'm able to do that in a way that I can listen and record. I don't know. I'm gonna go. Oh no, I can't do it at the same time. All right, so let me. With mental status, behavioral aspects, we will put that away since we went over that in faculty today, and then read over time and ethics for artificial intelligence. There's something I haven't done. Oh. Pros, cons of, oh. Oh, that is the physical song, pros and cons of that song about a person, which I don't know if I could read the whole way through. I didn't write their name right. Some fashion stuff. I misspelled a RAR, so I think we're going to make a note of that. Or I did it in a non-French way. Maybe it's Greek. So I will make a poem, or I don't know if that's a thing. Var. Do, 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 do. Oh, there we go. All right. Oh, that's not a song. Never mind. And I applied for like educational stuff at a thing because they keep soliciting me to take on to educate other people. But I have read through a lot of my personal doing that. So like there's a Blue Vine, which I don't know if they pushed through because I didn't do it in the business name. They said I did a personal for the business name. One of my former mentors had me sign up for, what is it called? I think it's like Dun& Bradstreet or something. And I mean, I already went through all that, and then someone took like 5,000 of one of my LinkedIn contacts for whatever it was they were doing. So, well, I don't know if I wrote it because I think I went too fast and I was talking to you guys. And I rewrote to say they instead of men for class ring, just to be in general, to not like just blame men from the freestyling, whatever version it was. Let's see if I have anything else on here. Remember soldiers. Let's see about this. Okay, so stop that. Do like I have something that says Beltline at some thing, and that's like a physical there. All right, let me see if it'll let me do it while I'm listening to it. I don't know that it will. but I'll put it, is that 17? Oh, that's a whole minute. That's fine. Go stereo. No, that was in a studio, so that doesn't really need to be done. As I can hear the background. Okay. That just needs to be put to music. Let's see. I think Sandcastles did on the third one. Uh-oh. I have to do file types so that I don't know. And we should all remember Wally Funk, if you don't. She was in like an early space program. She recently passed away. She has actually trained in Russia back when I think there was like an exchange thing, which I have not. But I do know that when the Russians call through lines to complain, it's normally that I'm not on time for anything. And so I don't really know what the nature of that is, but one of the Kyrgyzstan guys I wrote for was In Your Eyes You Take Me because he was working on a backend development for me, and that's closer to that part of the world. And he was wanting me to do that, like, so he sent like $15, and I said, "Let me just tell me what's going on, and then let me write this for you," kind of a thing. And so that is how I came up with the song through what he was describing, and I basically rewrote it and then composed it and that kind of a thing. And see if this one is on there. I don't know because it's an M4A, which is a higher, so it's not going to do it. Okay, so then I have to put question on that one, question. And so yeah, when I wrote Don't Watch Me Work, I gave my grad ball to be signed back in the day while I was redoing something for Collin College during their graduation stuff. But essentially, it was about, I think, a guy or something. And then a lot of the psychiatry stuff that we go over tells or differentiates the difference between a man and woman, where a man has more harder times emotionally processing to be open with their emotions. And so most of the context of that in those lyrics, minus whatever isn't relevant to be sensitive to relevant whatever's going on in the world, is like so like teardrops I cried falling on the inside, like that is like if you're like a guy and you are not able to express whatever is going wrong with you, so it's not really a complete sentence. But some of the DJ people that I worked with told me that that's better in your lyrics anyways, because the brain picks up what you mean when you take out fillers. Though, like it'll get it in the music, so the brain kind of adds it anyways, and so that's just part of dumbing down your physical lyrics so that people just get the gist of what you're saying in music. I don't know if I have this one. Let me see this. No, yeah, I would never tell you different is recorded in the studio. Flying to Forget is recorded in a studio. I'm just trying to see what live part that's recorded. That's obvious, her hands. I'm not even able to do it on there. Let's see if that has it. No, that's obvious. And I already went over that. I don't know why I just did that. Oh no, because it damn. Sorry. Can't do Aspire because of the format. I mean, I could, but I have to convert the file. Well, it looks like I may have to think about singing that song. And I'm sure you can tell I feel very uncomfortable addressing the issue. I'm just making sure nothing else is on here. That one is it. Did I open that? Oh, it did. Well, that's really obvious that it's very loud. How long is that? No, that's not even a password thing. Just space it out. Okay, well, y'all may get the boring side of me physically being live, just writing. I mean, putting stuff together. While I am doing it. So give me a second.